My name's Sarah, and the idea of these videos is to give you a little bit extra, another perspective on some of the articles that come out in the Speak Up magazine. Say the word romantic and we might think of a romantic meal for two, red roses, the spirit of St. Valentine's Day on February 14th. But the word romantic with a capital R has another meaning. The Romantic era, or Romanticism, is used to describe some of the art, literature, music and philosophy that was developing in Europe between about 1800 and 1850. In England, the so-called Romantic poets were at the centre of the movement, and the most famous English Romantic poets were William Blake, William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and John Keats. So what made the Romantic poets different? Well, the 1700s had seen huge advances in science and rational philosophy, the Age of Enlightenment. But the Romantics rejected this rationalism. They believed that people should express their feelings and follow their ideals rather than the conventions and rules of society. The power of imagination was really important to the Romantics. They believed that imagination, more than religious belief, would bring people's spiritual regeneration. The Romantic poets also had a strong feeling of duty to the poor and believed that they could use their poetry to change society. They wanted to write in language that would be accessible to everyone, about themes that working people could relate to. But perhaps the most obvious characteristic in the Romantic poets is their emphasis on the power of nature. They saw the natural world, especially dramatic landscapes, as inspiring, and they rejected the mechanization and factories that came with the Industrial Revolution. Wordsworth and Coleridge, as well as several other Romantic poets, lived in an area called the Lake District in the north of England, which is incredibly beautiful. And there they wrote about the inspiring power of the natural world around them.